Oh, look at you. This is your aura. Your creativity grows and evolves. Your aura will change to reflect your activities. You can become a specialist at one aspect of dreams, or dabble in every area as you like. It can also help others find you, so you can combine your talents and make something amazing together.
Put him down to the basically right. And first one.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers. At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet? Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want, like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many more, all of them are appropriate. What could it mean? I'm enjoying what Stanley decided to go to the meeting going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. He couldn't find a trace. Just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain. There once was a man named Stanley. He entered the door on his left. People considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly.
Oh, goodness.
What Stanley liked
he's lost his way.
buttons.
Not between you and me, I don't think he stood a chance in the first place. But he's having such a grand time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, goodness. I do believe he's lost his way. Not between you and me, I don't think he stood a chance in the first place. But he's having such a grand time here in these hallways, why should we bother him? Yes, it's all very amusing. And we laugh, and we call our friends over, and they laugh too, and soon the whole world laughs and laughs and laughs at the man who failed. But of course, that isn't for you. You, sitting there, what have you gained? Do you know this man? Do you know anything about him? Oh, of course not. Now, if I could truly put you in his shoes to show you the paths he walked and the choices he made, but we both know that isn't possible. Not yet. Soon, you will be the one to walk. The controls will be in your hands. Soon, we will find out if your friends turn and laugh at you, just as they did with him. Oh, I think I'm going to enjoy this. When you find out how alone you truly are, I will be laughing more than anyone. Very soon now. Ah, but there's a twist. Are you ready for it? Watch him closely, because in and amongst his aimless meandering, I think he's actually beginning to discover something. He's getting closer to an answer, an explanation, an exit. He is beginning to earn his freedom. The end is nearly here. Let's play, everyone. Let's all play. I'll find out when it's time to play the game. Which for members of the internet. Those not from the internet are advised to disregard this message, and more importantly, go down to your local electronics retail outlet and get with the times already. To those whom this message concerns, good to see you. I've been off the radar a bit long, haven't I? And I know how hard this lonely period has been on you. But I'm so terribly busy working on a story that I think you'll just die for. You see, I was upset to learn that many players found the original Stanley Parable to be confusing and contradictory. A far cry from the simple story of hope and redemption I had intended it to be. So to rectify this mistake, I'm taking steps to ensure that this updated version will be streamlined to remove any incoherent plot lines. Expect every new piece of content to seamlessly answer all the questions you may have been left with after playing the first game. It's my hope that this installment will fix the somewhat embarrassing mistakes of the original while proving definitively to the world that a video game can make you cry. And I know our mutual friend Stanley would be devastated if he were left out, which is why he's graciously volunteered to star in it once again. Or I'm sure he will anyway. But until we ask him to make that choice, I offer you this and future updates, and I remind you that one's time is better spent living than waiting. After all, with so many doors to prepare, it could be quite some time before this story is fully cooked. So, go out and be productive. Make some choices. Enjoy the hours you have left. Perhaps you could even spare a thought for Stanley, sitting there with nothing but himself and his buttons, day after day. He's been getting rather comfortable, I think, as humans tend to do when the scenery stops changing. And for the moment, we'll let him stay that way. After all, you and I both know things are about to change rather drastically. I wouldn't want to ruin the surprise for either of you. But you'll find out. You'll find out when it's time to play the game again.